Middle-earth Shadow of War has a lot of war in it, but who'd have thought it? Thankfully, war's pretty fun when you can sprint up buildings, summon hordes of loyal followers, and make money while you're at it. We're going to show you how to do all that and more in order to get your experience off to the best possible start. Stick with us and soon you'll be boosting your experience, leveling up your weapons, and coming back from the brink of death. Shadow of War's skill tree is massive, but you're going to want to focus on buying a few key skills early on. And as far as skills go, we cannot recommend the perfect counter enough. If you hit the Y button just as the counter indicator flashes blue, your counter will knock down enemies to the ground. Once they're down, the window to execute them is so large that it's easy to do. You can speed up these executions to be even faster with the ground finisher, which decreases the amount of time it takes to perform the ground execution on down enemies using the right trigger and X button. Another alternative to this approach is to buy the fatal counter upgrade for the perfect counter skill. This move instantly kills any grunt you perform a perfect counter against. It means you slice down enemy hordes in extra quick time and fill your wrath bar a little bit faster as the bodies pile up. I'm also fond of Brace of Daggers because it lets you use the left trigger to launch a dagger, which not only staggers enemies but lets you build up your combo meter pretty damn quickly. And finally, there's the Detonate skill. Press the left trigger and X while looking at a fire pit to make it explode and roast everyone around it. There are quite a few fire pits in Shadow of War, and most enemies are pretty weak to fire, so it's kind of a no-brainer. One of the most important moves in the whole game is Execution, which is an instant kill takedown triggered by filling your might bar. As such, there are a few great skills that you can prioritize to help fill that might bar a little bit quicker. Once you unlock the basic execution, you can upgrade the skill to gain more might from either taking damage, stealth kills, or unbroken combos. I personally like Secret Might, which adds might for every stealth kill that you get, which means you can fill the might bar as you sneak around camps readying an instant execution if you get found and a fight kicks off. The next might boosting skill to invest in is the Fury upgrade for the ground finisher. This delivers a rush of punches to downed enemies with each hit filling the might bar. It's a little risky in a crowded fight as you can be hurt while delivering the move, but it's easily the fastest way of filling your might bar. Once you've gotten good at filling the might bar, it's time to buy Brutal Aggression. This gives you a second might bar. Fill this and you can perform a brutal execution, which is very, very cool. It's very useful for chopping through the health bars of powerful captains, so bank that might and go for more spectacular kills. Now, is it just me, or are your weapons in Shadow of War a little bit needy? They're always asking you for favors. See, each piece of rare gear has a challenge associated with it, and when you do the challenge, you unlock a cool special ability on that gear piece. My Gondorian Cloaks challenge, for instance, was to stealth kill 5 enemies. Doing that got me the ability to go invisible if I stay still for 6 seconds. It doesn't make much sense, but it's absolutely awesome. Check it out, and if I only had the ability in real life when someone on the street asked me to do a survey. Here's another one. My swords challenge was to execute an Orc captain while my health is less than 20%. Once I did that, I had the ability to upgrade the level 12 blade you see here into a level 15 one brilliantly called Deathbane. Now, Deathbane is great because when I'm knocked down and go into last chance mode, I can recover full health if I'm successful. Watch this, from near death to perfect health in an instant. Man, it feels good to be alive again. These challenges can be tracked by pressing X while selecting the gear in question on the inventory screen. This makes it much easier to remember what you're meant to be doing to achieve these important item boosts. Mirian is the currency in Shadow of War, but don't worry, it's all completely in-game and you won't ever pay a penny of real money for it. Mirian is used to upgrade your weapons, unlock gem slots, upgrade your fortresses, and buy loot chests. The quickest way to earn Mirian is by killing the orcs with white circular symbols above their heads, like so. They'll either drop a gem or a burst of treasure. You can also get it for destroying your gear by holding Y on the inventory page. As the flow of new loot is pretty constant, you shouldn't feel nervous about destroying spare equipment for cash. You're only ever a few kills away from something better. And you can make Mirian by completing bonus objectives in missions, like this one where we had to throw 3 orcs off a ledge. And finally, the daily challenges are a great source of regular Mirian income. In this challenge, we had to headshot 15 enemies, and the reward is a cool 200 million. These challenges reset every day, so make sure to check in regularly. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, but in Shadow of War, gems are your best mate. That's because gems modify your weapons and armor with all manner of abilities. They're a bit like runes in Shadow of Mordor. Based on their color and where you slot them, they can grant you more experience, make enemies drop more Mirion, and boost your damage. You can slot a gem into each of your items, so that's the sword, bow, dagger, cloak, ring, and chest piece. If you have 3 of the same types of gem clogging up your inventory, you should forge a new, more powerful gem from them. For my money, the most valuable gems, at least in the early part of the game, are the white wealth gems. When you plug a wealth gem into either the armor or cloak, you get an experience bonus. The earlier you can do this, the more you will benefit, as you earn experience for just about every action in the game. Later in the game, you can shift your focus onto the red warrior gems for damage boosts, but earlier on, focus on rewards that help Talion level up as fast as possible. For a reliable source of gems, find and climb tribe towers. Each hub area features these distinct columns, and you can spot them on the menu because they have their own easily identifiable icon. Press RB at the top of them and Talion will completely decimate the tower. In the rubble will be a gem. Sure, you're destroying a vital part of Orc culture, but that's okay, they probably don't mind. You can also kill roaming Orcs with white circular symbols above their heads. This symbol indicates the Orcs are either carrying a gem or some Mirion, so kill them and you're guaranteed something useful. One thing you're going to want to make sure you do in Shadow of War is to exploit weaknesses. Now personally, I don't think Talion has too many, but the Orc captains in Shadow of War, however, are all weak to something. Handily, the game lists each Orc captain's weakness in the menu. To see them, you're going to want to hit start and head to the army page. Then highlight a specific Orc captain and click the right stick in. As we can see, Two Horn Skin Peeler here is heavily damaged by beasts and is flammable too. Hey, just like me. And you know what that means? Unleash a nearby beast from its cage, then explode a bonfire to hurt him. It's also important to know the terminology. If the game says an Orc is dazed by something, such as a stealth attack, then this Orc will become temporarily helpless if you do a stealth attack on him. If the game says an Orc is vulnerable, the attack does bonus damage. If the game says an Orc is mortally vulnerable, then the attack will kill him. And if the Orc is clumsy, that means you can grab him easily. Who needs horses? Saddle up on an Olog High's back and you'll be able to utterly stomp your foes in a way the Incredible Hulk could only dream of. To do it, you'll first need to stun the Olog High by pressing B. From there, while it looks all dazed and groggy, you'll press RB, which is the grab button, to climb up its scaly body and pack your bum on its back. Now, you're in total control. You can use the left stick to walk it around the battlefield as it flails its man-sized club and smashes Orcs out of the way. And while you're up here, you're also immune to damage. So one thing we also like to do is take our dear Mr. Troll over to some fire and singe him up real nice. Also, try hammering X while you're up here too, and Talion will stab him repeatedly in the back. So if you want a short period of invincibility and want to temporarily control your very own troll as you batter Orcs, you better get trolling. Nemesis missions pit 2 rival captains against each other. You can find them on the map indicated by this icon. It's a great opportunity to kill 2 captains in one location. If you hang back and let both captains weaken each other, it makes your job a whole lot easier. If you don't intervene, one captain kills the other and grows in power. This is not a bad thing, however, as you'll get more chances for a powerful gem for killing this new and more powerful captain. So don't view the advancement of the enemy army as a punishment. If you want to leave the arguing Orcs to their own devices, simply hover your cursor over a high-tier tower and press X to speed up time. So there you have it, 9 essential tips to get ahead in Middle-earth Shadow of War. Of course, if you haven't already, leave a comment under the video telling us what you think of the game. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Xbox On for more on Shadow of War. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!